In this video, we're going to take a look at Tayson, who won the first solo cash cup of the season, and we're going to find out how he did this. But just before we get into that, if you guys are interested in one-on-one private coaching, then check out the first link down in the description. Alright, here we go. Looks like Tayson is landing at Foxy Floodgate. Ooh, so he gets out-dropped and he has to swerve away, so already off to a bad start this game. But notice how he has a backup plan, so if he does get out-dropped, he always has somewhere where he can go. He's not just going to try and 50-50 the drop and lose it. He has a backup plan in mind. He knows what he's going to do if he gets out-dropped. That's something you guys should work on as well. If you look at the timeline, this is also something we saw with Cammy, where most of the mid and early game, there's nothing really going on. But then in the end game, he gets a few kills. So he's not W keying, he's just playing out his placement and getting to the end game. That was what Cammy did very well. Like every single game, he made end game. Alright, let's slow it down here. How does he get this kill? Ah, so he sees some people fighting. He's just getting nice third party shots onto them. Very easy kill onto Twy. And he hits the emote, there's no way. The disrespect. Well, the mid game is pretty simple, he's just sitting in a box. Getting the easy tags when they're there, but other than that, he's just waiting. Waiting for the end game. Okay, he doesn't pull zone here. Pretty close though, so I think all he's going to do is just chuck his mask. Probably reach around here, box up, and then throw it again to get deeper in, I think. Let's see if he does that. Oh, he just decides to run a bit. Now he pauses where he can refarm on the box. And then he throws it. And gets a bit deeper. Still very edge zone though. It'll be interesting to see if he rotates deeper in now once it opens up, or if he just stays here. Yeah, so he didn't end up going deeper, he just stayed here. But if he had rotated deeper into this zone, he could have had a way easier rotate to this next zone. Because this one pulls really far, and now he's on congested side here, where everybody is. So it's a little bit harder to rotate, but if you have a mask, it's still quite simple. You just throw the mask and get away from congested side. And if you throw it straight away, like as soon as this zone pops, if you throw the mask now, you can get ahead of most of these people and make the rotate so much easier for yourself. Nice. Very easy rotate. Alright, we're going to slow this down now and actually focus on this endgame. See what he does here. Nice. Good little rotate. Now he's just waiting. The patience you need in solos. Just to wait in a box and just wait for zone. That is one of the main things. If you can just have good patience in solos, you'll actually do very good. What is this guy doing? He must have misclicked with the sword. Okay, good tags, good beams onto that kid. He's hit him quite a lot, so he can aggress for this. Alright, gets that kill. Great refresh. Look at his mats now. 1.3k mats going into 9th zone. It's got to be some of the most mats in the lobby. Oh my god. He just landed in that guy's box. Wait, let's take a look at that. Let's see how that happened. So he gets the refresh. Opens this. Throws it. Wow, that is really bad timing. As he throws it, it lands right on this kid's box, and the guy opens the wall as Tayson threw the mask. That is really bad timing. That almost cost him his game here. Gets him down to 30 health. You just gotta be more careful when you're throwing the mask. Make sure it isn't landing on someone's wall like that. If he'd thrown it like a tiny bit higher, or waited a second before he used it, I think it would have been fine. Anyway, very quick reaction to get out there and survive. Nice. He's not afraid to use his mats just to invest them into a bit of a tarp here. Which is also good because I think he's looking for a kill to get Siphon, to get his health back up. And you have to invest some mats to get kills, like that. And notice how he didn't go for that refresh then. He got the kill, and he saw the loot on the floor, but he didn't go for it because everyone else was spraying in that direction. He saw like 2 or 3 other people spraying at that same guy, and if he dropped down for the loot there, he would have got lobbied. So, you have to have a strong mind sometimes. You have to know when is the right refresh to actually get the loot, and when should you just leave it. Nice. TP's high just to get over the other players. Walks up on a high layer here, which is good. That was close. He almost got that kill. Only 400 mats now, so he has to start looking for a refresh soon. TP's front low. Great place to be if you want to look for a refresh. Front side low ground. This is the easiest way to find refreshers in endgame. Good layer change. Only 5 builds now. He's getting really desperate for a kill. Zero mats. He's doing well to survive here. Oh, straight in the box. Nice. Good kill. That's what you have to do. If you get down to 0 mats like that, you just have to send it. You just have to get in someone's box. In an ideal situation, you would have had a refresh before you run out of mats. But that wasn't the case this game. 300 builds now. Not bad. Nice. Finds another kill. That's going to top up his white health. Final moving zone here. 300 mats. I don't know how I don't know how Tayson's even won that. Let's put in paper. 0 mats now, top 4. Looks down, gets a kill but dies in the back. A 3rd place, 7 kill 3rd place. Pretty good game. And he didn't do anything too crazy. Again, it's very simple stuff. He's just rotating, sitting in a box, waiting for next zone to appear. Getting the refreshes when he can see opportunities. It could have been a better game. He did make a few mistakes, like when he TP'd into that guy's box, or when he ran out of mats. Like, you need to be looking for a kill before you run out of mats. Alright, Foxy floodgates again. This time he wins the drop, so he doesn't have to swerve. Okay, so he doesn't open the chest at the top, he just jumps straight down. He has 2 other people landing here. 3, actually. But none of them are down below where he is. They're all like up top or on the outside. So he has all of this loot down here to himself. And if you take a look, this game is very similar to the last one we looked at, where he hasn't done much throughout the mid game, and then all of his kills are in the end game. That's the best way to play it in solos. Just play for end game, and you will find kills when you're in end game. It's so much easier to get the kills in the later zones. So I'm noticing a pattern here of what Tayson likes to carry. Every single game, it looks like he's taking the pump, normal AR with a scope, a mask, obviously. Everyone takes that for mobility. And then minis and big pots. It's the heals that I'm most curious about, that he takes the same heals every single game. Even when he's had opportunities to fish or to pick up a blob, he still just likes to take the same stuff, which is minis and bigs. I'm not too sure about this positioning. I mean, it's a good spot with the height advantage on the hill. Kind of central zone as well. Actually, no, this is a good spot to me because the next zone that appears is going to be on the edge of this zone. So it could pull anywhere. So if he's over here, he'd have to rotate all the way across to this side. But if he stays sort of central, then no matter which way it pulls, he has the same sort of distance to rotate. So yeah, if you guys can get to center of 5th zone, you'll have a way easier time rotating to the 6th zone. And that is one of the zones that can fuck you the most. 6th, 7th, and 8th zones. Those are the worst zones. As you see here, if you're this guy on the right side, Pablo Ice, if you're all the way over here, and the 6th zone pulls here, you have a long distance to go. That can cost you a lot of TP uses. Could cost you a lot of mats if people start looking at you. Whereas if you're in the middle, Tayson's not that close to the middle. But if you're in the middle like these guys here, Joss or Cryphos, no matter where the zone pulls, they have the same distance to rotate. If it pulled over here, they'd be fine. If it pulled over here, they'd be fine. And it's the same with the next one. If you position yourself in the middle here, where this tree is, right there, then no matter where the 7th zone pulls, you're going to have an easy rotate. If it goes over here, you have the same distance. So that's the benefit of being center zone for these sort of 50-50 zones. Now, as you can see, Tayson boxed up on the edge here. He didn't get deeper, and now he has a pretty hard rotate. He's got to go all the way across the zone. Whereas if you boxed up where I said a minute ago, Xenox right here on the tree that I said was the center of the zone, he's only got to go that distance. You could probably make that in 1 TP. Whereas Tayson is all the way back here. He has to do quite a bit of rotating to get into this next zone. This tree's so annoying in the way of the replay. So he sees these two guys fighting on his wall. Hits a pump shot. Hits another pump shot. Gets that first kill. Now this guy runs in for the loot on 1 HP. And Tayson just has an easy kill. Wow. Lovely double kill. He's going to be so stacked after this loot. It's probably going to be 555 and max heals. That should set him up very nicely for the second game. Once again, he's going into 9th zone with almost capped mats, which was the same as the last game. However, he played the last few zones very different to how Cammy played it in the previous video that I made. Cammy would rely more on getting to dead side, refarming his mats, and still having good mats going into the end game by refarming them. But Tayson plays more for refreshes. He doesn't mind sitting on the edge of zone, not getting to dead side, because he prioritizes getting those refreshes later on to be able to top up his mats. So both styles can work, it just depends what your strengths are. If you're better at fighting, then this sort of Tayson style is going to work better for you if you can find those refreshes. If you're not that good at fighting and you're more intelligent, you want to play for dead side every time, farm those mats, then look at Cammy's playstyle and that'll be how you want to play it. Ooh, lands in a box with Cryphos, and he just hits his shots better. Nothing there except a 50-50 really. No, he's just looking back for those kills. He doesn't need the loot, but he knows it's 2 or 3 points every time you get a kill. It adds up over time. Notice how he's waiting here before he rotates. Yeah, he's waiting until the zone gets right onto him before he throws his mask. Lets this next zone open up quite a bit, and lets a lot of the other people run in front of him. So he can't get shot in the back when he TPs. He did get tagged once there, but I think that's because he popped his mask too early. I think if he let it fly like another second, then it would have been way better teleport. Nice, he's just choosing to invest his mats here. No need to TP these zones if you have this many mats. You just run and build a little bit. Nice rotate. Used a lot of his mats in these last 2 zones, but it's fine because we're almost in last zone and he still has pretty decent mats for this late in the game. Ooh, so now he's just seen those 2 guys fighting on height and he knows it's sort of an opportunity for him to look up. Spraying the guy. The guy's in wood, so Tayson knows he's got to be low mats or something. Chops him out. The guy TP's down and Tayson just decides to build up. Nice. Oh, he's got the kill. Haven't seen it because replay's bugged. I'm going to guess he's just shot him because the guy was like 30 health. Now Tayson's on the high ground. 40 mats. Very good here, just spraying. When you're on height like this, you see someone below you. If they're building in brick or metal, just spray the shit out of them. Get them to drop down. You don't want them to contest your high ground. So just spray and use all that ammo that you have. Constantly just spraying, using that AR to pressure everybody. Waste their mats, also hit them if he gets the opportunity to. Waste their heals. 1v1v1. Still has 300 mats, so pretty simple to play this now. Just spray and build ahead. Guy tries teleporting up. Tayson just tracked it to make sure he didn't land on his head. That's pretty good. That guy has no mats down there. Yep, very simple. After you get high ground like that, it's very simple just to play it out, spray your gun, and win the game. If you guys have learned anything new from this video, make sure to drop a like. Also, subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all in my next video.